Hello, scholars. This week in writing, we are actually going to do some work with grammar. We are going to spend the week with nouns and action verbs. Some of what we'll be looking at right now might be a review, and some of it may be new information that we'll be working with this year. So listen carefully, hang tight, and if you don't yet have a marker board and marker or a piece of paper and a pencil, you may want to press pause, go grab one of those things, marker board and marker, or paper and pencil, so you can do a little bit of writing and follow along with me. All right, now that you have those things, let's get started. Nouns. A noun, as you may recall, names a person, place, thing, or idea. Here are some pictures of nouns: a person, a place, a thing, and an idea. Words like child and dentist name people. Words like playground and pond name places. Words like pencil and rabbit name things. And words like strength and fortitude name ideas. Two things to remember: animals are considered things. Idea nouns can be tricky to identify because you can't really touch, see, hear, smell, or taste idea nouns. So they can be a little tricky to work with. Let's try something on your board or paper. Draw a line down the center of your marker board or paper and across the middle of your marker board or paper so it looks like this. Have you done that? All right, then let's continue. Can you name three of each type of noun? Three people, three places, three things, three ideas. Press pause and try that right now. All right, I did that too. Let's see mine. Are you ready? For person, I thought of dad, teacher, Jackson. For place, store, airport, garage. Thing, chair, zebra, watermelon. And for idea, friendship, prudence, happiness. Now, scholars, since I can't look at your board right now and see what you wrote for your three people, places, things, and ideas, please take a moment, press pause, and have someone check out your noun list. All right, now that you've done that, go ahead and erase your board. Let's continue. The subject of a sentence tells us who or what the sentence is about. Every sentence has a subject. Since the subject of a sentence is a person, place, thing, or idea, the subject of a sentence is called a subject noun. Now, a quick note about verbs. You remember that the subject noun of a sentence tells who or what the sentence is about. A verb tells what the subject does or what the subject is. Every sentence has a verb. Verbs that tell what the noun is doing are called action verbs. Those are the verbs with which we will be working this week. So, scholars, We have learned that every sentence must have a subject and must have a verb. A complete sentence needs a subject and a verb. Is this a complete sentence? Dogs bark. Not sure? We could check using the sentence jingle. Do you remember the sentence jingle? Well, here it is for reference. Ready? One, two, three. A sentence is complete, complete, complete. When five simple rules it meets. It has a subject, 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 and a verb, verb, verb. It makes sense with every word, word, word. Add a capital letter, and an end mark. Now we're finished, and aren't we smart? Now our sentence has all its parts. Remember, subject, verb, complete sense, capital letter, and an end mark too. That's what a sentence is all about. So, back to our sentence. Dogs bark. Is this a complete sentence? It's short, but it is a complete sentence. It has a subject, dogs. It has a verb, bark. It makes sense, right? Dogs bark. That makes sense. It has a capital letter and an end mark. This is a complete sentence. It's just a very simple complete sentence. Now let's talk about diagramming that kind of sentence. Now that we know it is a complete sentence, let's talk about how to diagram it. Perhaps you're not familiar with diagramming and you're thinking right now, what is diagramming? Diagramming is how we organize words in a sentence to make sure they are each doing their job and to check that the sentence makes complete sense. Dogs bark, remember, is our sentence. I'm showing you right here how to diagram that sentence. Let's dig a little deeper. Actually, let's back up for just a moment and look at that again. So, dogs bark. Notice the line right here that goes down past this line. On this left side, we're putting the subject of the sentence, dogs. On this side, we're putting the verb of the sentence, bark. We'll talk a little bit more in a moment about this line in between them, but let's try it on a couple sentences. Let's try just the first sentence on your marker board or paper. Diagram, birds fly. If you need more time, press pause. Otherwise, let's check your answer. Ready? Birds fly would look like this as a diagram. How'd you do? Great. Let's try sentences 2, 3, and 4. Press pause and diagram all three of those sentences. Write small so you can fit them all on your board. All right, let's check your work. Please make sure you've done this before you continue listening because we're about to check your answers. Here we go. Are you ready? Are you sure? Last chance. No turning back. Cats meow. Children laugh. He listens. Notice we have the subject on the left side. We have the line that separates them. And then we have the verb on the right side. Meow, laugh, listen. Right? Those are all action verbs. How did you do on those? Wonderful. Let's keep going. It may help to think about the sentence living in a neighborhood where the noun family has a house and the verb family has a house. So here, dogs, right? This is the noun family house. Bark is the verb family house. Think of this line as a fence between their two houses. Now, you wouldn't want your fence to just stop right here at the ground because then it would easily blow over. So you want to make sure it's dug a little bit into the ground, right? A little bit below this line, but not too far down because then you might hit water pipes and have a water main leak. And that is a mess. So here's a thought, right? The noun family house, the verb family house, and that fence in between, dug down into the ground, but not too far down into the ground. Be sure you're watching that and working carefully to build a good habit with that fence. Let's talk now for a moment about singular nouns and plural nouns. Nouns, remember, name a person, place, thing, or idea. One noun is singular. Two or more is a plural noun. So here are some singular nouns: apple, cow, pen, teacher, lake, friend. What letter can we often add to a singular noun to turn it into a plural noun? It does not work always, but there's one that is most often used. Let's see if you thought of it. Was it the letter S? Apple to apples, cow to cows, pen to pens, teacher to teachers, lake to lakes, friend to friends. Sometimes you have to add an ES instead of just an S. Here are three examples. Lunch becomes lunches with an ES. Box becomes boxes with an ES. Bush becomes bushes with an ES. And then sometimes, scholars, we have plural nouns that name more than one that have to completely be new words. Let's try doing these. Our first one is mouse. What's the plural of mouse? Did you say mice? Good work. What's the plural of person? Did you say people? Well done. How about the plural of child? That's right, children. And the plural of goose? That's right, geese. How about this last one? What's the plural of sheep? The plural of sheep is sheep. That one might have been a little tricky. All right, scholars. Change the singular noun to a plural noun in each of these sentences. If you want to, you could write the whole sentence on your board or paper, or just find the noun and write it as a plural. Press pause and try that with these sentences. All right, let's check your work. So the nouns you should have made plural were brother, cow, friend, and relative. So your new sentences would be, oops, my brothers sang, the cows mooed, her friends arrived, our relatives visited. Now let's try doing the opposite. Find the plural nouns and change them to singular nouns in these four sentences. Again, scholars, you'll probably want to press pause to do this. All right, did you find the plural nouns in each sentence? In these, you should have changed sisters to sister, cats to cat, feet to foot, and uncles to uncle. So our new sentences would be, my sister performed, the cat screeched, his foot should not hurt, their uncle will cook. Now to today's assignment. Attached is a Google form. Open the Google form, answer the questions on that Google form, and when you are finished, remember to click the Submit button at the bottom of the Google form. That's what sends your answers to your teacher. Thanks for joining us today for this writing grammar lesson. See you tomorrow for another one. Have a good day.